What's good, YouTube? We back for another video, man. And today, man, I'm gonna be talking about your potential, man. All right. A lot of us, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of us, but a lot of people in general will never reach their full potential. Not because they don't have it, but because they're just too lazy to. They don't want to put in the work, right? And this is something I've realized that a lot of us struggle with, right? A lot of us feel like that, you know, we're just gonna be stuck in the same place forever. I just made a video talking about plateauing. So it's like a lot of people, when they plateau in life, they think that they're just stuck in that same position. Like they can't get any better, or they can't get any bigger, or they can't grow anymore as a person. But that's simply just not the case. Your potential is based on you. Okay. There's no limit to what you can achieve in this life. Okay. Everybody has the potential to make a lot of money, not even just make a lot of money, to get rich. Everybody has the potential to get in good shape, to get freaking jacked. Now, not everybody's gonna look like fucking Ronnie Coleman or have the best genetics in the world to build a nice aesthetic physique, but everybody has the potential to be in shape. Meaning that if you're literally fall under the skinny or the overweight category, you have the potential to not be in any of those categories and be in shape. Everybody has the potential to look better, to be more attractive, to just physically look better, right? Everybody has the potential to, once again, learn how to defend yourself, learn how to fight. Anybody can learn how to fight. You don't need to be a specific archetype or whatever the fuck to know how to fight. You don't need to be a specific height. Everybody has the potential to pull a 10 out of 10 girl, or to pull a 10 out of 10 dude if you're a girl. Everybody has the potential to get famous. But of course, not everybody wants to be famous, and not everybody wants to chase fame, and I think that's a good thing. I'm not the type of person that's trying to become famous. I'm not necessarily chasing fame. I'm more so just want to grow my following so I could inspire more people, and help more people, and have like my own little culture to where I can talk to people can talk to me about their issues or whatever. And yeah. So all those things are just pure examples of what you could achieve in this life, right? And everybody, including me, including you watching this video, can achieve that. Everybody. A lot of people think that they're never going to become rich, or they're never going to get jacked, because they see all of these social media fitness influencers that look freaking aesthetic, or that look jacked as hell, which probably use steroids, would probably demotivate a lot of people from pushing hard and trying to get in the gym. We all have potential, man. It's right there. And I feel like it's a disgrace for us to have the fact that we only have one life to live on this earth. And we don't really know exactly where we go or what happens to us when we die. I mean, of course we have religion, but we're never really gonna know the answer until we die. But all we know is that we have one life, and we don't know when our time is gonna be up. So it's a waste of, I'm not gonna lie to you, in my personal opinion, you're wasting your life if you're not trying to live it out to its full potential. You should treat yourself like a video game character. You should try to max out your stats and get yourself to like a level 100 or max level before you go, right? Because like I said before, everybody is here for a reason. Everybody has the potential, man, right? I know you hear that a lot. People might tell you, oh, you have potential. It's true. But of course, when you hear people tell you that, you're not really gonna believe them, because okay, you could be fat as hell right now, or you could be skinny as hell. Right now, I'm skinny, right? So, and somebody could tell you you have the potential to be jacked, but you look at yourself in the mirror and you see that you're skinny as hell or you're fat as hell, you're not gonna believe that. because it doesn't seem like you do. But see, the problem is that it's not like you can physically look at yourself and see, like, you know how, like, you could, you know how, like, on some video games, you can, like, look and see the potential in your characters that you make. Like, you can literally physically look at them and see what would happen if you did it this way, and you could kind of see the potential. That's not saying that that's how your player is going to be, but it just shows you what you could look like if you were to do that. So it's like, we're not able to see, if you're somebody that's skinny or fat as hell, we're not able to physically look and see what we would look like if we weren't. We just have to trust the process and hope and just put in the work. We won't know until we put in the work. We're not able to see into the future and physically see what our body could look like as a skinny or fat person if we locked in. So that's why when a lot of people say, oh, you have potential, and you're skinny like me, or you're maybe fat or whatever, overweight, you're not going to believe that, because you're going to think, he's lying to me, right? Because it doesn't seem like you look at yourself in the mirror, you're fat as hell, you don't see no abs, no muscle. It doesn't seem like you have the potential, right? So that might discourage a lot of people, right? Just like if somebody tells you you have the potential to make a lot of money, you can't physically look and see how much money you could possibly make, right? Because you might look at your income right now, the amount of money you're making, you might think that you're not able to make more than that. Like, that's it. And the thing is, some people are okay with making the certain amount of money there is. Nobody, and I think that's really the main reason why a lot of people are not want to strive to become rich. It's not because they can't, it's because they just choose not to. There's actually a lot of people that are okay with making minimum wage salary, right? And the thing about it is, like I said, y'all, the problem with a lot of people is that they feel like when you have a lot of money, it changes you, or it's like evil or some shit, right? People think that, oh, you know, that's why a lot of people don't really strive to become rich. A lot of people are just okay with making a certain level amount of money, right? People are okay with that because they don't want to seem like they're, you know what I mean? They don't want to seem like they're selling their souls, and they feel like that, and they have this, you know, money doesn't buy happiness, which it doesn't. But the thing about money is that you need money, right? You need money to survive. You literally need money to live. If you don't have money, you would die. Literally, dead ass. You need money for food. You literally need money for the five basic needs of survival, which is food, water, shelter, clothing, and transportation. So if that's something that you need to survive, why wouldn't you want to have a lot of it? This ain't even just talking about, oh, you want to buy expensive. No, see, when I become rich, and I know I will, because I have that manifestation, that belief. I'm not even gonna seem like I'm rich. That's gonna be my goal. Like, I'm gonna have a lot of money, but it's not gonna seem like I'm gonna have a lot of money. Of course, there's gonna be times where I do buy stuff for myself, but occasionally. But I'm not gonna just blow my money on shit just because I have it. I'm still gonna live like a regular person, right? Like, you won't even know that I have a lot of money, type shit. But a lot of people, they don't want to make a lot of money, or they don't want to try to get rich because they feel like it's a bad thing. It's like you're selling your soul. No. The reason why I want to make a lot of money is so I don't have to worry about money. See, the thing about it is, you notice that a lot of rich people, they care less about money than poor people do. You notice that, right? A lot of people think that, oh, well, millionaires care so much about their money. Actually, no, they don't. I'm not a millionaire, but I've seen it, right? Bro, if they're making 6 figures a month, they don't even need to look at their bank account. They don't even need to look at it. You know how, you know, when we get a check or some shit, we look at our bank. They don't even look at their bank account. They don't even need to look at it. They could just go into the store, buy whatever they want, and not even care. Unless they're gonna buy something extremely expensive. But like I said, that's stupid. But millionaires, billionaires, they don't care about money like that. We think they do, but they really don't. Because they make so much of it that it doesn't matter to them anymore. And that's kind of the point. I want to get to that point where money is not a concern to me. I want to make enough money to where I don't even need to worry about money. Money ain't even like, okay, I'm making 6 figures a month. I don't even need to worry about money. Because if something comes up, okay, bam, I don't even need to worry or stress if bills come up or if expenses come up or if whatever comes up. I have the money. I don't even need to worry. I could literally pay for it without a second thought, right? And that's what I want to get to. And like I said before, I'm saying all this because, like I said, a lot of people don't want to make a lot of money, right? And nobody is striving to become rich. There's only a certain level of people that strive to become rich. Because I was trying to figure out why are there so many people that don't care to become rich, that aren't really chasing that bag for it? And it made sense, right? I finally understood. Because I've seen some videos and read comments. There are people talking about they're okay with making $4K a month. Which, I mean, depending on where you live, that's not bad. But why settle when you can always strive for more, right? See, 5K, I thought, it looked like that 10K is a lot of money. But when you go to big popular areas like maybe Miami or Atlanta or Houston, Texas or some shit, bro, or California, that shit is nothing. That shit is like a paper to them. That shit is nothing, bro. It may seem like a lot in a specific area, but if you want to move, if you go to a big city, you need a lot of money. I can make a whole video on why everybody should want to become rich, right? But this video ain't about that. This video is simply about potential, right? So that's what ruins everybody's potential when it comes to making money, because a lot of people simply don't care to make a lot of money. It's not that they can't, they just don't care to. And it's okay, right? Of course, there's people okay with just working regular 9 to 5s. Now, there are 9 to 5s that you can make 6 figures a year, but you have to go 4 years of college and shit like that, right? But yeah, and of course, once again, when it comes to looks, right, everybody has the ability to look better, men and women, right? Looks is something that everybody can change, right? The only thing that you can't change about yourself is your height. But even then, you can change that because you can get height surgery. But why would you do that? I'm not the tallest person in the world, but I'm not the shortest person in the world either. I'm 5'11", right? So I'm above average height, but it's nothing crazy. I'm not crazy tall. Of course, if I could be tall, I would. Like, I wish I could be 6'2" or 6'3". And who knows? I'm only 19. I could possibly grow with me lean, bulking, and actually eating right. I could possibly squeeze out a few more inches. You know what I mean? Because even then, your height is also potential too. A lot of people don't even reach their true potential when it comes to height as well, as because number one, we don't get enough sleep. Number two, we don't eat enough nutrients, which is two things that I struggle with, right? So honestly, if I'm stuck at 5'11", it's a possibility that I actually could have been taller, because I could have got more sleep and got more to eat. But see, the thing about it was that when I was younger, food was out of my control, right? It was nothing I could do about the food, but I could have at least got more sleep. But even then, y'all, you have potential. So all the people, if you want to grow taller or some shit, taller than me, bro, eat more and sleep more type shit, okay? Like go on a lean bulk, right? And put in them hours in your sleep, bro. So basically, like I'm saying, right, you have the potential to max out all your stats, man. You have the potential to make your life into however you want it to be. So don't let nobody tell you that you don't have potential, right? But just because you hear somebody tell you have potential doesn't really mean much, because everybody has the potential, but not everybody's gonna put in the work to see it. Potential is just a saying, right? It's basically like saying, like, okay, if you locked in, you would be this, okay? Meaning that if you locked in the gym, you could get jacked. But 50% of America, 50% of US is obese. So half of the population in the US, I'm pretty sure, literally would never get jacked because of the fact that most of them have a terrible diet and most of them aren't even in the gym. You can tell somebody they have the potential to make a lot of money, but once again, if they don't put in the work, if they don't try to find ways to make money or find ways to get rich or research how other people have gotten rich and try different things to make money or try investing, they'll never be able to see it. They'll never be able to see that. They'll never be able to make the amount of money, right? Remember, potential is a saying, okay? Just because somebody has the potential to get jacked doesn't mean they're going to get jacked. It's still, your potential is based on you, right? Because if you don't get your butt in the gym, or if you don't strive to make more money or to get rich, then you're not going to get jacked or you're not going to get rich. Okay? But those two things, guys, is something that everybody can do. Bro, I fully believe that anybody in the world could become rich. Anybody. And I fully believe anybody in the world could get jacked. But you know what's crazy? You know, of course, I'm pretty sure I heard of the study. There's a study that I've heard talking about that there's more people in the world that have there's more people in the world that are millionaires than there are people that have a six pack. So if that is an actual true study, then that should show you, bro, that it's no way, if you're broke right now, that is your fault. It's no way that you can't become rich. And I just told y'all, right? A lot of people aren't rich because they just don't care about becoming rich. Anytime a millionaire comes on social media talking about money, there's going to be people in the comments saying that, oh, he sold his soul, or oh, not everything is about money, blah, 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 right? They try to mask it like not everything is about money. But actually, yes, it is. What? Like I just told y'all need money to survive. If you don't have money, you're going to die. Now, obviously, you don't need to become a billionaire or to live a good life. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like you need to make a certain level of money where you're financially stable, which, in my opinion, is at least 6-7 figures a year, at least, right? If you're making below that, then you need to get on that, bro. And I'm not just telling y'all this. I'm doing this shit myself. Right now, I'm working 10-hour shifts, right? But I'm also working on businesses on the side and shit like that. So don't just think that I'm telling y'all this shit. You know, because I'm a person that practices what I preach. I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna try to become rich. Like, in fact, I'm not gonna try. I am gonna become rich. I know I am, because I have the knowledge. Like, I really am obsessed with making a lot of money, because once I get to that point where I'm making a lot of money, I don't have to worry about money no more. It's like, okay, six figures can just pop up in my bank account every month, bro. I don't even have to look at my bank account no more. I don't even have to worry about how much this is. Like, bro, a shit that costs like $500 would be, or $1,000 would be nothing to me. Still, I won't just spend my money on stupid shit, but still, you know what I mean? I don't have to worry about it, right? And I could be able to help my family out too. And if for whatever reason I were to have a lot of kids, they will be financially stable as well, because I'm making a lot of money. So it's not even just about making a lot of money for yourself. It could be to help other people as well, right? So, like I said, man, everybody has potential, man. You have potential, man. It's all about if you're willing to put in the work or not. Once again, nobody wants to put in the work. That's why that's why 50% of the U.S. is obese, because they just simply don't want to put in the work. Bro, anybody can go to the gym. The gym isn't disclosed for nobody. Anybody can go to the gym. Anybody. Man, woman. Obviously, if you're a kid, you probably can't go to the gym, but you can still work out. Shit, even if you don't have a gym near you, bro, you can still work out, bro. It's free to fucking do push-ups, bro. It's free to fucking do sit-ups, bro. When I first started working out, bro, I started in my room, bro. I started doing push-ups, sit-ups, and I bought me a 15-pound dumbbell curl, bro. You know what I mean? And also, another thing I used to do is I used to fucking get my book bag. I used to fill that shit up with books, and I used to curl that bitch, bro. Dead ass, curl that bitch. I used to use the dumbbell, do lateral raises. Bam. I used to do diamond push-ups for triceps. I used to do the little pull-ups for back. There's no excuse, bro. It's all about who's willing to put in the work. That's why I always say, man, hard work beats talent 90% of the time. The 10% of the time is when it comes to sports and shit. Because you could be a really hard worker when it comes to sports, but obviously that's a different conversation, right? But hard work beats talent 90% of the time, bro. People just don't want to work. That's all that shit is. If you put in that work in the gym, and not just in the gym, but in your diet as well. If you put in the work in, making your face look better, training your jawline, having a skincare routine, keeping your hair cut, keeping your hair done, making sure that your hygiene is straight. I'm telling you, bro, potential is something that everybody has, man, but not enough people use it. And because of that, people will feel like they never have potential. But bro, you never even put in the work. People get in the gym, before they even step in the gym, or they only been in the gym for 1 month, inconsistently, they're talking about somebody have bad genetics. Bro, how the hell you gonna say you have bad genetics, or when you have even stepped inside a gym, when you haven't even been in the gym for even a year yet, or even 2 years, 3? Guys, I used to be one of the type of people that felt like I couldn't build muscle. I'm still skinny though, but there was one point in time I was even skinnier. I was underweight, and I looked at myself and I'm like, damn, fuck, I don't know. I don't even know if I can build muscle, but I can. It's not because I had bad genetics or didn't have no potential. My routine was fucked up. I wasn't eating enough. My training was okay, but my diet was still fucked up. Anybody can build muscle. Anybody, even women. Obviously, women can't build as much muscle as men, but even women can build muscle. So anybody that says, oh, I can't build muscle, that's bullshit. We all have muscles in our body, bro. We all can build muscles, bro. So your potential is based on you, man. Never limit yourself. Because if you have, that's why I say manifestation is a key. Potential is limiting belief, in my opinion. You can tell somebody they have potential, but if they look at themselves and be like, nope, I don't, then they're never gonna believe it. So I don't even like using the word you have potential. I just tell people, hey, just put in the work, bro. Fuck your potential, just put in the work. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you have potential, because that shit don't mean nothing. Just fucking show up to the gym every day. Fucking try to make more money, bro. Work more. Do something. Fuck a potential. All you need in this life is hard work, bro. It's not hard. Well, I'll tell you that, it is hard. It's not difficult to understand, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. No, the work ain't gonna be easy. But once again, you still need to put in the work. If you locked in for 3 years at the gym with proper diet, proper nutrition, proper training, proper sleep, recovery, you in 3 years, 2 to 3 years, you'll be jacked. You'll have your dream physique naturally, without having to take no fucking steroids. If you locked in for 3 years on basically trying to make money, trying to become rich, it's possible that you could become rich. Now, becoming rich is like a subjective term, because a lot of people have different meanings to what is rich. So when I say rich, I mean like maybe 7-8 figures, right? But I mean, really being really rich, in my opinion, is like 8-9 figures, basically. Like, I feel like that's when you're really rich. But 7 figures is like you're there, like you're a millionaire. You can say that you're a millionaire when you're making 7 figures a year consistently. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're rich. But it's different levels to the shit. So yeah, anyway, this is a 24-minute video about potential, man. That's how y'all know, bro. I made this 24-minute video telling y'all about y'all potential. So if y'all don't fucking use it, man, y'all just wasted 25 minutes of y'all time just listening to me talk. So don't waste 25 minutes of your time, bro. If you watch this entire video, man, I don't care if you're gonna see this in the future or if you're gonna see, or if you're somebody that's gonna see this when it posts, right? Use your potential, bro. Y'all gonna see my potential the more I go up. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. See, I'm gonna be living proof for y'all. I'm not just saying this shit out my ass, bro. I'm currently, as I'm making this video, I'm putting in the work in all areas of my life. The gym, trying to make more money, and my looks, right? I'm putting in the work while y'all are seeing this. So y'all are gonna see for yourselves. Come back to this video 3 years later and see if I'm jacked. See how much money I make. I'm not saying I might be a millionaire yet, but I'm definitely going to be making more money than I am, right? So tell me, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. And yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.